Hello and welcome to Nollywood Film Club. I'm Mr. C, a Veroca critic. I hope you're doing well. It's been a while. How are you doing? Happy New Year. I hope everybody is rested from NFC shenanigans and ready to have us back because we are. Um, it was good to meet everybody in the NFC space. Obviously on the podcast I can't meet you. This is how we do it, right? I speak to you. You can leave a comment if you want, um but this is generally how we meet. But we do have a few things we wanted to catch up on. From as a Nollywood Film Club, we caught up on what happened over the Christmas period, and then we'll discuss about a new thing that is happening in the Nollywood YouTube space. And we'll discuss, of course, what we've been watching overall in general, and a project NFC hopes to. I say a project. It's still going to be like a hangout on the topic. It's in the title. You know what it is. Hopefully you'll be able to join us, and I hope you enjoy Nollywood Film Club having a hangout and talking about drags, Jayne's Trilogy, and the Chimamanda Project. What talking about? But yeah, welcome everybody to Nollywood Film Club, where we did discuss Nollywood films every Sunday 6 p.m. What? But sometimes, like today, we discuss topics or a range of topics in our hangout session. Today we'll be discussing a bunch of things. Seems like Elon is doing playing some funny games.
Ebo,
Okay.
is someone speaking?
Oh, already. Yeah, I knew Elon was playing. Yes, yes. Wait? Is that Vanessa? It
It's Vanessa. I've been trying to request. It's been kicking me off, and now I can't hear anybody except you guys.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay. It's just us at this moment. Wait, but it says on our screen, it says you're a listener, which yeah, Elon is messing up our app, but okay, that's okay. That's not useful. But anyway, before we go on to Jane's cinematic universe, Jane's the JCU, Jane's trilogy, we will recap a little bit some stuff that happened over the week, over the festive period. Imagine just after we closed, they decided they wanted to drag NFC, and I'm just going to paint the picture because I think a lot of things got lost, because a lot of the people said different things and this and that. But here is, if you saw Mr. C fighting with somebody, it's because somebody was lying, just lying about NFC. I don't care if people say we're rude here or they don't like us. Everybody's free to like or not like us. But what I will not have people do is come on here and lie. Somebody said, we insult filmmakers. Somebody said, what did the other one said was just a line, said that I said people who Nollywood stands have mental problems, which I actually believe that, but that's not. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. I believe that, but I just believe anybody who is a stan has mental problems. It doesn't have to. It's not Nollywood specific. Particularly. Yeah. I just think it's like you're gonna stand people. I mean, like it's not good in general, to be honest. But why even Nollywood? Why are we doing that anyway? So, but like there were lots of lies floating about for NFC. I think the insulting filmmakers is the one. And after all of the slander here and there and all of the lies, I ask for examples every time. This is
all you need to do is ask them for example. Tell them the example. Tell us what was the time that this happened, and actually, we got one example in all of the lies, in all of the plenty lies, and the example I'll put up on the screen. The example was somebody said that the stream was not should have been more busy in Breath of Life because local streams, local streams are usually very important to an area, and it was only just two of them that the person didn't find that. This is obviously deep in the bad, where maybe 8 people have said the first few things the person has got to say. I wanted to say, and this is the example of us being haters. So again, this is the example. This is the example that somebody used. But yeah, anyway, I don't know what it was from anybody's vantage point. That was the general gist from our point. Is a few back and forth on my side, but anybody is dragging NFC, I will always be there to defend, especially if it's baseless. And if you want to do your own defense, just ask them example. I watch them run. They always do the same thing. They will never give you they will not usually give you an answer. They will just run. But anyway, that was how the NFC happened. Any of our speakers have anything else to add towards the festive period season drags that people felt? Go ahead, unmute. This is Hangout.
I was having a great time. I quite, you know what? Again, maybe we are toxic. Maybe we are toxic, and we are in a toxic relationship with Nollywood and all the people associated with Nollywood and all the other things. Because genuinely, I'd missed it. I was like, it's been a minute since NFC's been dragged unnecessarily. And I genuinely, we hadn't done anything. We had literally closed for Christmas break. And then I don't know what happened with somebody. I guess somebody went and listened to like old episodes, and I guess it was peppering them inside their stomach. I was having a great time. It's been a minute. It felt good, and I was like, "Come on, Mister C, defend your clan." I was like, "Yeah. I love to see it." I did a little bit of dragging and defending myself. I thought it was cute. We had gone on break, and they said, "No, come back. We miss you." I just want to tell you, people, NFC is important to the Nollywood ecosystem. As much as they hate it and they hate to admit it, they love to hate us, really. And they hate to love us at the same time, guys. You're doing great work. You're doing great work. I shouldn't be on here. I'm getting ready to go out. But again, we're important. NFC, we're important.
Yeah. So
Vanessa having a life.
huh?
Not to go out.
Vanessa is having a life. I said we need to block we need to block all potentials of Vanessa having a life. But we'll work on that. The funny thing is that I've always thought of NFC is happening generally everywhere. I think NFC is just a way of collecting people's point of view and putting it in a space and where it's been documented. That's all I see it as. I don't see it as anything particularly special. And if anybody wants to actually hate, is our God-given right to hate. We just don't do that. That's the thing. I don't mind, but like the structure itself doesn't really allow you to just be just a blind hater like that. I mean, like if you really want to hate, there's potential there. But we have a section for good, we have a section for bad, and we have sections for pushback. Like we're just we're like a forum. It's just is sometimes when you watch Nollywood films with your person at home, you guys have this discussion with your friends, your family, and it's just the way of formalizing it a little bit, just a little bit. All right. Atas?
Hi. So to be fair, I do think we do a little bit of hating. I wouldn't say it's baseless, but for instance, there are some, I guess, I don't know if they're directors or producers who get the shorter end of the stick a lot in pushback, even not pushback in review, even when it's not their movie. For instance, Nee gets a lot of shit from us. So I don't think it's completely baseless. I do think it was overblown. A lot of it is just in general a response to criticism in general, which is whatever. But it just seemed like they took somewhat benign instances and turned it into this whole thing.
Yeah, again, like what happened during that time is I was responding to specific what I think as lies. Again, I said we have the right to hate. I don't care if somebody is accusing us of really being haters. Sometimes I'll ask because I think it's always funny what they describe as hating. Like I gave you an example of what Ava described as NFC doing hating. It's like he pointed out that like usually the stream didn't feel as the stream wasn't as crowded. It's like, how can somebody? It's like, how can that put? How can somebody doesn't? Ava, I guess, didn't believe that was something that could take a reasonable human being out of a film. That it had to be filled by hate. And again, what I was responding to were actual lies. Somebody said we insult. We don't do that. We insult filmmakers. And somebody said just the bashing thing. And the funny thing is that when we got into the back and forth with all of these people, is sometimes I'll go, no, we don't do that. Tell me when, show me where we did it, right? And then what would happen is a different filmmaker will come in and say, "Oh, are you telling me you guys don't hate or aren't rude?" And like, I don't care about rudeness. Is a specific. I remember I had this conversation with what's his name, director DG. He spoke about us being rude on here. I was like, I don't care about rudeness because that's subjective. If there's how I can say it and I think it's fine, and somebody else thinks of it as rude. And then sometimes also don't care to police anybody's tone and everything. This space is for watchers of the audience. It's not for. We're not doing this thinking about how a filmmaker will say it or receive it. So that's why I don't care about how we keep our mouth, because I think there's a lot of space for that out there as well, where people are constantly good day, Sai, fine. And there's a space for that. You want to be the place where you're constantly thinking about how the filmmaker will receive it. Go ahead, do that. I think our YouTube channel was even more kind of like that, right? Our YouTube channel was, or just in case somebody who works on it sees this, maybe it had the tone of, I don't want to put everybody completely off if it's a filmmaker who comes across our video. But in terms of the space, there's not rude. Being rude it's nothing you can say. Is the insulting filmmakers and bashing this thing, like that's not what we do here. And I'm not gonna allow that one go by. But yeah, again, ask them for examples, and a lot of them just disappear. Say, oh, it's too easy. But anyway, that was the general gist of our festive drags. So it should just give you guys something to hold belly for Christmas. Then New Year came, and we had a systematic. How do I put this? We had a script that came out. So this started with Omani coming out to say, "Oh, there was taking down one of her films down." and then it came with a note saying, "Hey, we realized that one of the films that we put up bears quite a lot of strong similarities to something else." And Elizabeth, do you want to give the story?
Oh no, continue. I want to talk
Okay,
after you.
okay. All right. So she said a lot, we're taking this down because it seems like the story bears a lot of resemblance to another one that's gone out there, and it wasn't our intention to sort of copy it like that, copy someone else's work, and so they've taken it down, right? So they took it down, and then it appears that our writer has sold this one particular script to 3 different people. Now, I think there's a few school of thoughts here, because I think one of the people who is alleging forced the other people to take I'm guessing the first person was sold to.
The person who brokered the first sale.
Yeah, the person who brokered the first sale demanded that other people should take their own film down because it's their intellectual property, I guess, and that they paid 70K for it, right? And 70K. Now, I think they said it was in 2022. So let's be fair. It was 2022. I'm saying, let's remember. Let's not use 2025. I mean, it's not a lot of money, regardless. But 2022, 70K, right? And I think there are 2 schools of thought that I'm interested in hearing. Like, there's so many angles to talk about this. Number one is the state of YouTube quality controls for movies, and how we can even potentially stop this in the future, or how this does not repeat itself again. And the other thing is 70K for a script. Is that okay? Is that all right? I mean, are we surprised? I'd be surprised by what we get if we're paying 70K for a script. But again, this is not money. I don't know. We don't know what money paid for the script. Hopefully, it's more than that. But there's something there. But honestly, there's also the question to ask from the writer's perspective, because selling it to 2 people is one thing. Selling it to 3, my God, that we know of. Selling to 3 people that we know of, and one of them is Omoni. Sell it to some small this thing. You guys sell it to Omoni Oboli TV. That takes some serious. That's some serious spine, adamantium spine. But all right, so those are all the things up in the air to discuss. It's the state of quality control in YouTube Nolly is who's to blame for all of this. All right, so Elizabeth, do you want to kick us off?
Yes, I've been waiting for this moment. When I found out about this in quotes situation, I thought it was one of those things. First, I had always expected it to happen because the way the YouTube landscape market, let me term it that way, the way the YouTube market is the way it is currently, right? It's run like a sweatshop, right? So it's a film, multiple movies out every week. Basically, the old marketers model that we had, or basically something along the line of the Roku market. But the point is that market is commodified. Yeah, there's a commodity there. And I've always wondered how come somebody has not repeated scripts. And I was sorry to those involved. I was very excited. I was very excited when this happened, not because I'm happy that somebody was dishonest to sell, this to 3 people, but I know that it is impossible for something like this not to happen, right? Because I'm going to assume that there is a commodity market for writers. And when somebody says, "Do you have somebody that have a script?" and you already know what the going rate is, it's quite unfortunate. I don't know again what the going rate is in 2025, but as at 2020, I would have assumed that the going rate was 120 because that was what I heard. Even for that time, I thought it was small. But if somebody was still paying 70,000 in 2022, it explains the state of that market to you in such a way where, of course, everything is commodity to be fair, but in commodity in such a way where it's in economics, it will give you it will give you, you call this kind of goods inferior goods, right? In where at all na bad pass, whether there's inflation or there's nothing, microeconomics, nothing concerns inferior goods, right? There will always be a market for it, and that is why it is often commodified. So now back to that, we are seeing it in real life, and we're seeing there's so many layers to this thing. With commodified writers, in peanuts, and now it's an inferior good because whether you like it or not, for inferior goods, the price never goes up. Never, it will never go up. It's economics. There's nothing you want to do to make it go up. The price just stays there bad. And in situations like that, inferior goods often gets, duplicated. So I seen it happen in real time. I think the point for me is I watched the three movies. Now we're seeing that money bots. So three we have three sort of we have the normal goods. Sorry, I'm using economics here, guys. We have somebody like Omoni who would, in that space in the YouTube market, in quotes, would have given you luxury good because the effort she puts into her production. Even you will know that her budget is slightly, not slightly actually, way better than every other person. Then we have the person in the middle. I think that's Hope something. And then we have the really bad one, Love Patches. And it's just interesting to see how these three people, I'm actually very interested in how much the three of them got this inferior good. No offense calling it that. But we're seeing them what's it called? No QA, nobody watched this space. It also means that these people are not watching each other's films. Because tell me that Hope Kinikon has always been on that space. Nobody watched it. Somebody posted Love Patches. At no point did somebody say, Bia, come, somebody. Love Patches and this film, they look alike. It was not until Omoni posted hers. And then people like, excuse me, I think I've seen it in Love Patch. And we're like, oh, actually, I've seen it somewhere in Hope Kiriko. And now we have this conundrum. And it is because Omoni was the one that purchased it. Now, let's assume somebody around the caliber of the person, no offense again, to the person that made Love Patches, was the one that made this third script, we probably would not have heard it. I promise you. It would have gone under the radar. So you can imagine the kind of underbelly dark web is happening in Nollywood. If you're a real goods commodity market. And honestly, I don't know how. I think it just brings up a lot of conversations, right? Of course, commodifying writers, because that writer was paid through another person. The person said they paid the person 70. So I'm assuming that person probably collected the commission of 30,000. So maybe they paid 100,000. That person collected 30. So you can imagine how this low quality conversation we are having right now. And even these people that link writer to another writer, nobody is doing due diligence. Nobody cares. Everybody just, do you have scripts? Auntie, I have scripts for you. So unfortunate. I was trying to watch one film yesterday on SLTK's channel, and I just saw a writer. I just saw Inem King, Jayne. I just raised my hand. I know her. That is the person that sold one script to three people. She's still there, guys. She's still wanted, and she's still making films. She's still making. Of course, she's probably sold that since, but I promise you that nothing will happen to a person. no offense, but nothing will happen because it looks as though she's one of the manageable writers within within that space. And like I said, it just brings up so many conversations like Nollywood really, what is happening? Because again, I don't think it is possible to QA this kind of space if if the going rate is 70,000. No offense, but it's the truth. It's the god awful truth. This is a sweater shop. You people are making is in batches. There's a line, people are sweating, they are making, packing, writing together. It's impossible. Oh. I doubt there's due diligence to, because I don't think the money, if there is no money to even pay writer, will there be money to have somebody who does due diligence, be sure to make sure that, imagine all the checks and balances that you have to put in place for this not to happen again. Of course, it's going to probably have happened plenty of times, and it'll probably happen again more times, as long as it's within this space. Of course, you probably will not expect something like this. If it was a film going to the cinemas, it won't happen. Obviously not, right? Because your name is on the line, so many things are on the line. Amani herself has actually been in a debacle, a squabble of sorts with that, for that Okafor's Law film that was even so bad. But anyways, the long story short is, this is the state of the YouTube market, and I don't think this is going away anytime soon. I watched it. Omani's own was better, of course. She did that love patches, was very honest. That's just my review. It could have been authentic because it was the only one of the three that established that our protagonist was a tailor from the very first scene. I like that, telling, as in establishing a character earlier on. But it was so bad. The actor said, it looked like the person that did the main actor guy, as if they gave him thanks for coming. I'm so sorry, but this is so funny. Bye.
All right. Thanks. Thanks for this. But yeah, I actually agree with you with how there's no, if just more people are going to saturate the market, the price of these scripts, it's just not going to go up. It's not going to happen. Because if your market is, give me sharp, yeah, there are loads of people who are going to be able to give you that kind of sharp script. And again, the quality control for it is not great. So, like, we're just going to, I guess you're right in a way. It's strange that this is just we're just finding out about something like this after all this time. It's funny that this is the market that our big Nollywood filmmakers are beginning to go into. Be interesting next few years. We'll see what's going on. All right. Thanks, Elizabeth. Incon, did you have something you wanted to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, so in this movie, these three movies, was the names exactly the same and every situation was exactly the same?
I will give
let
you.
me
I want
explain.
to say something.
No,
Okay, let Cynthia
I just
talk.
wanted, because I was listening to Elizabeth. Elizabeth gave three different names of the movies, right? And I'm like, okay, from the name that you gave, I already know what type of movie is this. And I'm like, this is a very typical type of movie. Okay. So I'm just asking, did they not change the names or did they not change the situation at all for when she sold it? Because it happens commonly. It happens commonly where it's always the exact same thing, but they change things around to make it slightly different. So this is
Yeah.
what I'm asking. How did this person get called red-handed? Did they not change the name? Did they not change the state and all those things, all the little dressing design of the story?
Yeah, so it's possible they've changed the title because even Hope Kevin that came out in 2023, that is 2022, the title of the movie was not Hope Giving, so it was Suzanne Jemima. I'm hoping that's the name. I don't know. Maybe Suzanne Jemima or somebody YouTube TV that gave this script. It's very possible that the script title was changed. But for the writer, Jayne Wanchiko, so when she saw this in 2022 through the broker and everything, and she got 70K, and I think this is where I think she was able to like say she wants to come back again. After the first YouTube channel gave us Hope Giving, the first YouTube channel do not have any credits for the writer. Okay, so so they just did a film by so and so, the person that directed Hope Giving in 2023. So this movie is on YouTube. The writer name is not attached to it. We know the director, we know every other person, we know the actors, but we don't know who this writer is. And this babe is like 70K. You know now, Nigeria is hard. Let me come back. And this script has not worked. It's supposed to work. So she came back again with the same script. So I'm assuming she probably changed the title and so to two different people. But this time she said, let me just try and change something, which is the writer's name. So her full name is Jayne Osinachi Wanchuku. And she's like, let me give Omoni Oboli my English name, Jayne Wanchuku, and let me give these other guys that is going to produce Love Patches my Igbo name, Osinachi Wanchuku. Okay? So she saw the two scripts with like a first name and a last name, and the other one with a new name and a last name. So both of them produced,
So
both of them produced,
So last, she only changed the title name, but she didn't change the character's name. She didn't change the setting. She didn't change all that.
Nothing changed, just the character names. She changed the character names, but
So
setting everything the same thing.
Everything, even like even the words that the characters are saying, she didn't change. This girl is.
Don't worry, when I speak, I'll give you people what the characters actually said because I do memorize.
So you know, I'm not going to lie. I'm not even going to lie. There are sometimes in college, I've written a paper, and our class asked me to write the paper. The paper seems similar. I went in back to change some few things to make it more tailored into that, and I swear I got A's in both classes on that paper. But you know what I did? I changed some few things, made it more like, they're not going to catch me. And even if they catch me plagiarizing, I'm plagiarizing myself. What are you talking about?
But I
did not do that.
Yeah,
but you know what? She's hustling. I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad about it because she's hustling. I'm not mad about it.
So she sold this thing as Jayne Wanchuku to money and sold the other one as Osinachi Wanchuku. So I think the problem is both Omoni Oboli and this other person released the movie almost the same time this year. You get? So when they released the movie almost the same time, that's when the YouTube audience is like, I've watched something similar in 2023. Go back and see Love Patches. So even like Elizabeth was saying, if only had released a movie in January and this movie in December this year, it would be a big
Nobody
deal.
would have noticed.
Because people would have brought it up, but it wouldn't have been like a big deal, like all this kind of stuff. That's what I think. Like it wouldn't have been a big deal. Some did a lazy walk, but I think the first person, I would still say that if probably they have credited her in the first movie, Hope Giving, as Jayne Wanchuku, or maybe Jayne Osinachi Wanchuku, maybe there would have been a limit to like how she wants to come back again with the same script to producers. But it is what it is. She saw an opportunity, gets money, and she decided to use the opportunity.
It's okay. They all bought the movie, right? They could just say, this is my version, this is this person's version, and this is this person's version. They all do, like, you could just, I don't know why she took it down. She could just be like, this is my version.
So
this is the
for
person's
me,
version.
I think
it's okay. It happens all the time.
For me, I think indirectly Jayne has done something very good. Okay, not like very good. Like Jayne has done something without anybody saying, "Oh, I want to invest in seeing how directors and producers will produce the same script for us." Like if three of them leave the YouTube movie on, anybody can go and watch it and see. Oh, so this is the director's point of view, or director point of view, understanding of the script. Maybe she published the script to the audience too.
Exactly.
She has done a free work. That can be used to even teach.
It's so true because again, this is technically it's not plagiarism. It's not somebody stole. People paid for it. And again, it's very common.
You can plagiarize yourself. You can absolutely plagiarize yourself. And it will. Yeah.
Unless,
I
there's a
agree.
difference between buying a script and buying the intellectual property of the script. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe
Is
there's
that?
maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's it. Sometimes writers don't, sometimes you can sell like what's it called? You can have a legal document that says this is the part that I'm okay with, this is the part that I'm okay with, I'm not. And that's why I love, like, what's her name? E.L. James was all up involved in that in making of what's the name of that show? 50 Shades of Grey. She was all up because she didn't give up her rights like that. She really did not give up her rights like that. And that's why they had to be like placating to her. Even what's it called? The Three Body Problem, the original one that they wanted to produce, those people did not give their right to their something, and that's why they had to be in it. And it took a lot before the producer could get the actual rights to it. So yeah, there's nothing against it. There are always versions of the same story. People make
I think,
versions of the same story. So this is not a big deal,
yeah, but
but
like,
it's
so
funny. It's hilarious.
the major thing here is, there isn't even a case of, oh, this is, if it's like three different people, maybe somebody can go, hey, like, who knows, like, different ideas come from, like, sometimes people think about the same thing generally, different concepts, same concept comes to three different people, maybe it's possible. But if it's the same person, you just you don't have many legs to stand on. And the intention, when somebody is buying a script off you, they're buying that script in the sense that, except if there's a version of this, except if you're like sort of you're buying the rights for a certain amount of time, right? Like, which I'm not even sure I've heard of it for a script, but I guess it's probably
It
possible.
happens.
But this isn't one of them. What Jayne did was super not right, super unethical,
Hey,
and
not super
Yeah, so
I
probably
would,
unethical.
yes, I
probably
get what you're
illegal.
saying, but for me, with the way like in reality, she's making her money, and why are they not putting the person's name on it? Also, if
Yes,
there's
dealers also make
so
money,
I wouldn't
right? It's
necessarily,
just that
for
the
me, I wouldn't
problem
necessarily
isn't
call it
that she's
unethical. I would say
the problem is
it's what's it called? It's sneaky, but if it's within legal bounds, it's within
I
legal
don't think it
bounds.
is. I
And
don't think it
especially,
is.
and the reason why I'm like that is because oftentimes the bigger names, the directors and the something, they're taking advantage of all these writers and all these things and all that stuff. And if they can find a way to like, if the writers can find a way to make what's best for them, everybody's doing what's best for them. Okay, they're doing what's best for them, you know?
Uh,
And also
yeah,
explicit versions. There's no
I
reason to
I
do
hear
them.
you. That's a reasonable point. Like, I do think what she's done is super illegal. Well, no, maybe not super
It,
illegal. It was just a
it
film at
depends
the
on
end
the
of the day. But
contract, or it depends on the contract she wrote. But then again,
yeah,
I am using like American law, something American law, Hollywood laws, things and all that stuff to think about this. It might be different in Nigeria because I'm not in Nigerian legal law copyright but I do know America has one of the most stringent and one of the most something in a way when it comes to copyright something and all that stuff. Definitely, if she didn't give up all of her rights within the list of something, this
you
is the
can't
legal gray area
you
where
can't
she's okay.
separate. Well, you can't. This isn't a book. The script is the IP. That's it. You can't. There's nothing. You can't separate the script from the rights.
Okay.
That is what you're buying. There's nothing else. What are you buying if not the IP when you're buying a script?
Okay.
I don't think you can separate them. That's
I,
that's
I
why
get
it's
I
that's
get
why it's
you. Yeah, yeah,
illegal.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a script. It didn't start as a book. Because if it was you're right. It is a script.
All right, Vanessa,
Yeah.
is there something you wanted to say? Your hand is up. Vanessa?
I'm on the bus now. I'm on the bus now. I can't be talking. I can't be talking.
Okay. When you reach a point, let us know.
Okay, bye.
All right. Cynthia, you were giving us some of the lowdown because, like, you're one of the chief investigators. Chief
Well, I,
investigators.
I, I actually woke up 6 a.m. and I saw it and I was so happy. I'm so I was so happy. Anyways, like yeah, like I'm with Mo and everybody. I do not think anybody should put their movie down. Honestly, I do not think anybody should put their movie down. I think what she did was unethical, but I think that we can actually use it like it's something bad that happened, but why should we always focus on the bad things? Why can't we use it as a good thing? I think the three YouTubers should put their movie back up, okay? They've already paid for the script, they've paid for actors, they've paid for everything. Um, Someone sent me something about the screen. Is it the screen guide of actors? Or I'll be waiting Nigeria get something actors. Actors what do Nigeria have? The actors community, the
Guild?
scriptwriter community.
Is
Guinea.
it guild?
Yeah. Somebody sent me something about them saying that they are investigating the situation. Somebody sent me on WhatsApp a post saying that they are investigating the situation. We are not investigating, they want to investigate. But in life, like if you have read a lot of things, when things happen, people like can produce laws and everything. Me, I think Jane should be allowed to go, okay? For this one that she did. She should be allowed to go. It should be a lesson for every other person. So whatever those people are investigating, please they should not touch Jane. They should not touch Jane. The first person was the person that made her think that she can come back to life, that she can come back and use the script together. Okay. And rather investigating, maybe this would be an opportunity to like put out rules. Okay. If you are going to buy a script for somebody, maybe you need to start putting their first name, middle name, and last name. Maybe you need to start putting their first name, middle name, and
Yes,
last name in
they need to start crediting the writers. Maybe. Maybe we will now
yeah,
know.
so yeah, I mean, this is like because if I'm telling you, me, I don't think she's somebody that I don't know her from anywhere, but I still feel like if somebody wants to do something bad, okay, you have to be pushed to a particular place and there have to be a loophole for you to decide to do something bad like this. Do you get? So in situations like this, I don't know what those people are investigating, but I think that is a time to like set out rules about how you should credit the script writers with every movie you are directing or producing. Okay, and because we have seen Jane can use her first and middle name as separate entities or as separate identity, we need to start putting everybody's full name, okay, in the credits and be like, oh, Jane Osinachi Wanchuku. So anybody that is going to like watch your movie will know that oh this movie is already this and this is the script writer, and that goes for the same with every other person, costume and makeup and everything. So this is a time to like put the rules together. The three people should leave their YouTube movie on YouTube. They should actually collect the original script for Jane. Okay, if we are a serious country and we have a site where scripts are available, they should put the script on this site. I'm serious. They should put the script on this site, okay, that is open for people to download. Then we use the three movies, then we use the three producers' movie as case studies. I mean, I think Jane has really done something that you are not spending money. We're not spending money and we can be used to teach things. We use the script, we use the three movies, we see the director's point of view, we see what producers can influence, we see what things is, and we take lessons from it. But I don't think they should do any investigation that's going to punish her or anything. It's something unethical. But in life, when people do unethical things, people can use it to make rules. Okay. But the next person that is going to be caught, that's when I think we can start having problems or start having like punishment or anything or all that. But for now, I'm not. I saw somebody saying she should be blacklisted. She should be. Well, see, don't stress her. Don't stress her, please. No, there's no blacklist. No, 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 no. I don't believe she should be blacklisted for this. Okay, I just believe that we can actually use this thing to just like set up guidelines and all this kind of stuff and use it to like so that anybody that is going to do it, we know that oh, there's already a rule against this, and now that person will not have any excuse. So it's not like I'm defending Jane. I don't know her from anywhere, but at the same time, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, she's entertaining, so let's give it to her. Okay.
Sorry,
Go,
I feel like we're
Jane.
not in unison. I thought we were all in agreement that Jane was a victim, and now it feels like some of us feel differently.
Oh
I don't
Good, good.
understand.
There is no
Jane
victim.
is a
Jane
victim
is a
of the
victim.
commodification of YouTube markets. And
Wait, if
guys,
someone puts up
what
a
rules?
Mercedes, 2020 Mercedes for
See,
1 million
see,
naira, you got
this
like you
is
don't have sense. Why are you buying a
see,
script for 70K? Like, what is
fair
going
enough.
on?
Fair enough. But look, let's be honest. Jane is a victim the same way Agbores are a victim, right? We're all a victim of Nigeria's dysfunction, and yet we victimize as a result of being victims. It's the same for Jane. She is a victim, but she did crimes.
Big
How she
cry.
survived?
That
Because I
victim,
see, I still think to sell it to three people. The third is the third time. That third time.
that we
Yo,
that we know of,
that
because
third time.
no,
we
no,
Like,
no. Why are we
Wait,
all
wait, wait.
firmly believe,
Why
so
firmly
is it
believe
so
that
strong?
she has sold this script to more than those three.
yeah, this could
And
too
it's
much to
only
be
three
sweet
that
though.
I'm sure. I'm telling you, Jane has sold it to more than three people.
Come, you would have watched this film. Is the script sweet like that? Because like,
No,
Oh
it
yeah, this is where
isn't.
I
I mean,
come
it's
in.
just your
Now, no,
run
no,
of the
no. This
mill,
is
but
where I
let
come in.
Vanessa go.
This is where I come in. So I had watched Hope Giving last year, and as with the way I watch YouTube is, if it's good, I'll keep it somewhere so I can go and watch it again. Or if it's bad, I completely forget that he ever existed. So I had watched it, and because I didn't think it was very good, I'd forgotten about it. Right? So when Omoni, I didn't watch the second one. When Omoni dropped, I went to watch this thing now. I was like, oh, he does seem a little similar because really, let me tell you people the truth. I don't know if Jane, this thing that people are saying Jane perhaps sold to more than three. It's possible because there's some character threads and story threads in these films that have been done many a time on YouTube. Case in point, our male lead, Idu, an artist. He's an artist who lives in his mother's house. And to be honest, Nollywood YouTube loves themselves an artist who lives in his mother's house and also fall in love with a somewhat older woman, you know? And then somebody that got pregnant. Nollywood loves a pregnancy. So me, I just thought, okay, when I watched Omoni's Zone, I was like, I mean, I do see some similarities in something I've watched before, but it didn't stand out to me like that. Only for me, for all this hula baloo to come along, and I say, ha, check my word for word in me. Wallahi, small billahi, word for word for word. And he made this character. She fall in love with a Hausa guy. Mind you, YouTube, Nollywood, anything that concern Hausa man, they'll just go and put that cap on their head. In fact, everybody, the three film, they use that same cap. They just gonna put that mumu cap on his head like this. I'm sorry. It's hilarious because he, they put this cap on his head, and there's this scene where the character goes to this Hausa guy's house because apparently he's denying her pregnancy. He can't marry her because she's not Muslim. So she walks into his house and she says, "In my family, we don't accept bastards." All three films. I'm sorry, who wrote that dialogue? Jane, Nwachukwu. Did you write that dialogue? In my family, we don't accept bastard. And you wrote that thing and you thought you are smart. You are so smart. Then there's another scene where the new couple, are supposed to be dancing and falling in love with each other. Sorry. Then the second one, the really bad one, did not even manage to give us music that we can actively believe that these people are dancing to. Guys, they used Mexican soap opera music. I'm not even joking with you here, guys. They used Mexican soap opera music, and this girl stood up and said, "That's my jam." Guys, she stood up and said, "That's my jam." I wanted to scream and shout because this film is not even that good. As much as Omoni Oboli tried, and out of all the three, Omoni's one is the best. Guys, I'm ruining my makeup because I'm crying with how much I'm laughing. as much as Omoni's one is the best, yeah, it's still horrible, guys. It's a story about a girl who was dumped by her ex-boyfriend because she'd been dating him for 6 years. He refused to marry her because he knew she's not Muslim. He cannot marry a non-Muslim girl. And she ends up pregnant. And then she ends up in the house of one woman like this. And her son is a delinquent. Her son is a delinquent. He's a delinquent. And somehow she falls in love with this delinquent who happens to be an artist. Guys, guysy, this film is bad. I don't know why they all decided to buy this script. It didn't good, guys. Such a bad script. And it's not, see, Jayne cleared the biggest con. I'm very proud of her. All of you talk about we're all victims of Nigeria. Jayne is a victim and somehow managed to come out on top. The good guys never really win, but somehow the good guy won this time. So proud of her, genuinely, guys, because for her to really pass off that shitty script 3 times, and it got bought and shot. It's one thing for the script to be bought, isn't it? Yeah, it's one thing for the script to be bought. It's another for the script to be bought and shot and posted. I am very sure there are many scripts that have been bought that are dying in YouTube purgatory. Somehow, Jayne Watko 3 times was bought, shot, and posted on YouTube. Come on now, this girl won. I don't care what anybody says, she won. Okay,
I'm just gonna say, yeah, I just wanted to add to them. I don't think it's just Jayne that should get this credit. People remember, we're not the one that sold the first script, right? It was those agency people that set up and put statements. They're the ones that sold the script.
How did that?
I don't know who brokered. I don't know who brokered it for you.
Oh God!
It might not have been Jayne that sold it. So also props to the people who could sell this quality of script. I guess maybe that's why they offered 70K. I don't know.
I just want to say that Jayne, the scammer, the writer, apart from the fact that she pulled the biggest con, is that she's very important to the culture. Look at it. We spent like 40 minutes discussing Jayne and her escapades, right? And Vanessa is saying that why is anyone buying this story? Babes, what are they shooting on YouTube that is that of a it's not big deal like that. It's Jayne that can be writing on YouTube. What do you mean? What do you want them to shoot? Film that they will shoot with only 4 people and the extra their niece, or you already know everybody's house, you know their car, you know their clothes, you know the only thing you don't know now is the name of their firstborn. What exactly do you expect? And like I mentioned, I've seen Jayne, like I'm not one to sort of like take notice, but now I have been taking note of Jayne. Jayne has lots of credits on YouTube currently. She's a don. She's going to be untouchable. I mean, yeah, she should be. But I'm actually impressed that she went from somebody brokering a writing, somebody paid her 70. Because for her to be writing for people directly now, you know that nobody is brokering for her now. She's not a big babe. She'll just call out other people and she'll just apologize. She probably even returned that 70,000 because she's a big girl now. She can afford more. Jayne is important to the culture.
I agree with you.
1 second.
I just want to ask a question. Did you say actors, studio people are the ones that want to go investigate?
Actors Guild. I don't know what it's
Screenwriters
Guild. I beg, I beg.
So wait, actors or screenwriters? Because I don't know what's actors' business with writers.
No, it should be screenwriters.
Okay, the screenwriters. Okay, that one makes more sense. Because if it's actors good, what can you do? You're only hired to be a talent.
But more. This is directed at you actually, because considering that you've done a bit of a dive now and you have started noticing Jayne's credits in other YouTube, I'm wondering if we need to launch an investigative review, right? What they call it? What is it? Empirical review. We need to get some research students that are doing an empirical review, and they should review Jayne's other credits and see if there are any interesting similarities across
the
ones that have made it out.
It's never that deep.
It's never. Not for the Screenwriters Guild, for educational purposes.
Okay,
Can
all
I
right.
tell you that Jayne has given us something Good. You can see that you are seeing the educational purpose in everything she's doing now. Eh?
Students, still students.
Who will pay for it? Who will pay for it?
No,
I think we say
like
students
nobody
now.
is paying for.
They
Okay, the producers have produced whatever they want to do. What you have to do as a lecturer is say, go and watch these 3 movies, go and watch James work, come back, tell me this, tell me that, then tell me this. She has made theater art teaching. Sorry. She has made a lot of teaching materials for us without us even doing anything. I don't know, man. I just think people should leave her. There's some positive in what she has done, even though I think what she has done is unethical, morally wrong, but I'm still not seeing it as a crime yet. That part is still there.
Okay, so for me the part I can give you guys is that where I agree that Jane is part of the culture, Elizabeth, but I also think she's a criminal. So I think she should, if Chudi is doing like wants to branch out from his Joy 150, maybe he should do I don't know, like a Con 150, and I think Jane belongs. Jane belongs with what's this guy that they caught in Dubai? What's his name?
Wait, you're not about
Hush
to say
puppy.
Jane is
I
a hush
mean,
puppy. Come on, calm down. Calm
Baba,
down. It's just writing script for
severity.
YouTube. Calm
I
down.
mean
Who is he
legendary.
hot
I
like
mean
that?
legendary.
Calm down.
I'm talking about. I'm thinking her name should go down as like the difference in terms of
Hush puppy
notoriety,
scammed money,
fame.
millions out of actual something. Like people lose life savings, all those things. This is just a script for YouTube. And
Oh
you
no,
don't go
no,
down with
but like
nothing. Come on.
it's not about.
In
It's
the
about.
come on
It's about
in the
getting.
actions of actual hurt and pain. Come on.
Talking about hot and pain. Nobody cares
Just
about
because of like
nobody
some
cares
you
about that
and
one.
it's YouTube something, and you're going to say that she's not that serious of a criminal. Please get out.
Or you can, we say to women, you cannot
No,
be
no, no, no,
scammed.
no, 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 no,
You
no,
people,
no,
you
no, no,
people.
no, 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 no. If Hush Puppy was a woman, I would say Hush Puppy is like doing something, you know? No, it's because this one is on YouTube, something, and they bought it and they something. I just don't carry it as that much of a crime. I mean, it's a crime, but I'm just like, this is whatever.
Please, you guys, he's a criminal, and that's
Like,
fine.
I'm just like, whatever. But come on, compare that one to Hush Puppy. Come on.
Because you're lost.
That's
I'm
a
not talking
different
about.
topic.
about consequences or
I'm talking about the art.
I'm so
That
sorry. No,
right.
no, 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 no. No, no, no. What's that
It's
name?
my.
What's that white
I'm
girl?
saying it
What's
now.
that white girl
It is nothing.
that was stealing
You
money?
don't want them to be famous.
I'm talking about. We're talking about the craft, the art of the con.
She
Like let's allow her to make her name. She has made her
no,
name, whether we like it or not.
no.
That's why I'm saying like I'm
In the
agreeing
heart
with
of the con, what she
Elizabeth
did
that
was not even that
she's
cool.
part of the culture for sure. Like her name is steeped now. Like we're going to refer to anytime somebody does this, we'll call it somebody doing a Jane. That's how important she is now. I get it. It's still a crime. It's still a crime. But like, let's not confuse the
Not
two.
allow crime pay today.
Yeah.
Anyways, ignoring the haters because Jane was just doing her best, really. I think that it begs the
Well,
question
who's
that
surviving? And like, who did she really hurt? Honestly, they all
does
get their
beg the
movie. They all get
question
it. Who did she really hurt?
is her.
It's what
Like,
they say.
who did she really hurt? It's the same thing. Like that.
Hang on. I ain't gonna let her speak.
Oh, sorry.
No, but it does beg the question for Nollywood if Omoni, as quote unquote big as she is and as veteran as she is, if this is the quality of script that she's buying, the kind of scripts that were bought 3 years ago for 70K, I don't know what that means for the future of storytelling in that country.
It means that Jane is a G.
Visionary.
It means Jane is a G. She had eye. Because I'm still with Elizabeth. Like as we would expect this to happen more often, just given how poor the quality control is. That this is the first time it's being caught. I remember like earlier on when we were watching Roku TV, there was one there were some similarities we found. It was I think it was Dumb Wife and Ejiro, and it was just it was almost like the flip side of, I think Dumb Wife is a story of some guy who comes in and he doesn't want a city girl, he wants village girl, and he gets the village girl, and the village girl is the village girl. Surprise, surprise. And Ruth Kadiri is playing this, disgusting, dirty village, like one of the worst stereotypes of a village girl that must have been born never, to be honest, because I'm not sure whether they've never ever behaved like this. But anyway, and he ends up trying to go back to the city girl, and city girl is engaged to his friend or something. And then Ejiro was about a village girl a guy who was with this village girl, and but this city girl came and he was shooing away the village girl for the city girl, and it was almost the same thing, but the end for this other one was that the city girl later on betrayed him, and along with his friend, almost kind of, in the other one, his friend ended up marrying him. So like maybe you can say even both of their friends ended up betraying the lead, and both of the city girls' name were Linda, yeah. Right? So like, there's just sometimes you get weird stuff like that happen, and I'm sure that was not intentional stuff, but we should check if it was Jayne. We'll do a double check. But yeah, no, there's certain stuff like that happening, but one script is getting sold multiple times now. Questions that do need to be asked. All right. Does anybody have anything else they want to say about this matter before we move on to what we've been watching over the holiday period? This is your time now to tell us the things that Mr. C did not make you watch. If you have any recommendations, good time to make them as well. Uti, you came up. I don't know whether you wanted to say something.
It wasn't Jayne related, but I did have a question. I've had this question for a while. Is there okay. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is there like something in the actor or screen code or something that doesn't allow for abortion in Nigerian movies? Because why is it that every scene where the main actor has a baby, there's always an excuse for her to have that baby? I was just wondering if it was just like a moral thing because of Nollywood, or there's actually like something that states, oh, you must not have abortion. If you have
abortion, you will die.
So two things. I want to explain, guys. So two things. One is, in Nigeria, abortion is illegal. Two, but that one has never stopped anyone. Two, it's for the plots, right? The story the writer wants to tell, that person needs to have a baby. And so that it does not seem like the next logical line of reason is, oh, I have a baby, now I have to keep the baby. Like, oh, go try abortion. Let me try abortion. And then they go, no, something is wrong in our family. They used to abort baby. Two things, right? I believe all films, all stories are political. I also believe that everybody writes their ideology. So whoever is writing it may not believe in abortion. So the person will write it into the script, right? Reason why you shouldn't have an abortion, which is very Nigerian, because we are very didactic in the way we write. We're always trying to teach a lesson or two lessons or whatever lessons. So those are usually the factor. The story they want to tell needs the lead to keep that baby. And the best way is to say, oh no, don't abort. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good point. No, that's a good point. Good answer as well. I was using my old Nollywood movie memories. Like, if you had an abortion, you'd have to die. Something bad would have to happen to you, Sha. If you don't die, consequences would need to occur because they needed to teach you that you shouldn't do abortion bad. But yeah. Before we even moved on to like some of the things we've been watching, Uchenna was saying that it didn't seem like the script was the same. From what I've heard, I haven't seen it, so I'm only going off what the people who have watched all three have said. It seems like it's very, very similar. It's not just like the plot. Vanessa confirmed, like sometimes it's bar for bar.
The only one that was slightly, I don't know if you can hear. Oh, I couldn't hear you again.
I can hear you this, but I can't hear.
Okay, I
anyone.
wanted to say that the only one that was slightly different was Hope Giving, and slightly because I think the producer, that's also the person that removed Jayne Nwachukwu's name as credits, and the one that said, "Oh, I was not about the scripts first. Take down your things." She sort of like moved things around, right? Is it still this? She maybe she added this older woman factor in there. Yeah, because maybe the person she also wanted to act in the film as if and she realized that she's older. Don't quote me anywhere. She moved that around, but if you look at the film, it happened like similar, the sequence. The only difference is different type of love started with them going out on a whatever anniversary. Second one started out with love patches at the girl in a tailoring, whatever. And then Hope Giving had that lady and her friend at a mechanic workshop. But the next scene was the party. The three of them had that same party where the guy threw a party for the girl. And then, yay. And the next thing is, oh, we should get married. And then, oh no, you are not Muslim. I'm Muslim, you're Christian. The three of them have that sequence. In fact, love patches and different type of love. Even had the guy give the girl a car. In fact, I found that so interesting because love patches, they were so poor. Sorry to the maker. The car was so not, oh my God. Omani got like a better car. The ribbon was bigger. The balloons were bigger. But love patches had this weird, smallish looking car with very tiny ribbon. Guys, the same sequence. And then, like Vanessa mentioned, they all had she was tailored to the guys, to the delinquent's mom. And the three of them got pregnant, and the three of them moved into the house. Come on, like bar for bar, like scene for scene. So it seems similar thing, but I just think the producers moved things around according to whatever it is they were thinking.
Okay, all right, interesting. Okay, all right. If there's nothing else to add to this, does anyone want to discuss some of the things they've watched over Christmas period?
I want to talk.
You want?
I want to start.
Do you have?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have Nollywood? Do you have
Nollywood? It's Nollywood, and I want to complain.
Right.
So,
okay.
When I complain, I'm going to say Kenneth forced me to watch it. Carry on.
What? I didn't even.
You forced me to watch anything here, but I watched that film. I think the only Nollywood that I watched that I did not also piss me off was I watched this film on Prime, something 2005. I was like, well, not bad in the sense that it did not piss me off, right? So let's leave it at that. But I want to complain. I want to complain about Blue TV. In case people don't know what Blue TV is, just like Indani TV, Accelerate TV, Kinecon TV, that other TV, banks having web TVs. We have Blue TV now from obviously the Blue Bank, First Bank. Their show is called Heart on the Line. From the star of, what did they call him? Skinny Girl in Transit. What's her name? Can't remember. Now, everybody probably thought, or she herself probably thought, what can we do in TMC? People like Ayolola, and Mimi Shaka. Should we bring them back? Honestly, I don't mind them because I think they have good camaraderie, they have chemistry, biology, physics, whatever going on. But I really think it is how will I put it now? It's lazy. It's the laziest thing I have watched out on the line. It's very lazy, and I'm angry because far be it for me to be angry at romance because I like anything romance. But I think it's lazy because the showrunner, EP, whoever, whatever, I keep forgetting her name. I'm sorry, I have BP brain. She has been in a film herself, couple of shows, right? SJIT. She's seen the rest. We know that TMC is probably not the best written thing on TV, on that web series. But the reason why it had so much going for it is that the writer knows how to give you people, me inclusive, wow moments for you not to notice the not so good writing, right? But there's something in common. It has to be fast paced. And if it's not fast paced, it has to, if it's going to be like something this babe used to write, the babe that wrote This Is It. Okay, sorry, Lola D. If it's going to be slowly paced, or not, let me not use the word slowly, but if it's going to be like not fast paced like Lola D, the story has to have like a really good anchor. What I'm trying to say is that, guys, out on the line, I told myself that maybe it will pick up. Let me give it a chance. I've watched episode 6 and I don't know. There is a story, there is a plot. They have support. There is other support. There's so many. There are fine boys in there. There is Vanessa's boo in there. What's his name again? Your boo, the yellow one with the beer. There are fine people there. There is that Shalewa, I think Shafa girl. I really like her. It looks nicely packed. Shewa Akindele is in there. Akinlo is. Oh my God! It just has like but the story. I'm disappointed because what do you mean 6 episodes later? It is such a drab and a drag, and it's poorly lit. The way it was shot, the editing, I'm sorry, what's going on? And it ends, I don't mind, of course, 18 minutes. It ends after every 18 minutes, and it's not like it ends in any form of course, maybe they were not going for cliffhangers, but there isn't anything for you to hold on to until the next episode. It's so slow. I'm just ranting because I'm like, she's not new in the game. It's written by, I think, Bumi Ajakaye. The heck is going on here? Are they trying something different?
You went for the Bumia Jakaye and Abimbola Craig combo.
Oh, yeah, name is Abimbola Craig. Yeah, it's not good.
The people who gave us Glamour Girls.
I will watch episode 7 because I'm not a quitter. I'm actually a quitter, but I will not quit this one because I have already invested 6 times 20 minutes of my life, so I have to keep going. I will watch episode 7 and I'll still complain. But I am so disappointed. Blue TV, don't try this again. Bimbo, far be it for me to say what not to try. Please continue. Abumi, please continue. But it is not good. It is not good. Thank you very much.
Okay. Elizabeth displaying the sunk cost fallacy there. It's never too late to run. It's never too late. It sounds like from the people that brought us Glamour Girls. So Elizabeth, that one is really on you. Producer, writer.
Oh my God, I forgot. Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Producer, writer combo.
It's really on me. So, why did I think that it would be good? Because Bimbo was in SGIT, or because Ayolola and Mimi Shaka were in TMC? Why did I think there'll be something there? OMG.
Sorry. All right. On the larger scale of things, like, I don't know when we're going to fix this thing. I know the people that do this best are the African magic TV shows, but web series shows, Netflix TV shows or series, they're all long films that just cut just weirdly. It's like, all right, this place, I guess we've been going for 20 minutes, here we'll do, or 30 minutes. They don't seem like they're not writing them in episodes, and that's mean, that's highly disappointing, to be honest, but I guess it is what it is. It's something we're used to at this point. Who else had anything they wanted to, that they had watched over the holidays? Mrs. C, did you have something?
Sorry.
What?
Oh, we watched ELJ over the holidays, didn't we?
Oh my God, I forgot that.
You forgot that? No, we watched ELJ over the holidays.
Everybody loves Jennifer.
Yeah, sorry. Everybody loves Jennifer over the holidays. And I mm, I'm trying to think of what I want to say about Everybody Loves Jennifer. But Mr. C, should I pass it to you to say what you thought about what you watched?
Jennifer.
Oh, I did not.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I thought, now let me tell you something. I'm one of those people who, I don't know if anybody here did. I'm one of those people who didn't like the Snyder Cut, right? What was it? Yeah, the Snyder Cut, right? Justice League, the Snyder Cut. I did not like it. I felt like I was watching Zack Snyder. I need to keep this PG. Should I keep this PG? Anywho, yeah. I felt like I was watching him jerk himself off, right? And just go, look, Zack Snyder everywhere. Aren't I great? Isn't this awesome? And it was very uncomfortable to watch. And I felt like I was just watching the whole of Everybody Loves Jennifer with, isn't Jennifer amazing? Isn't Jennifer amazing? Oh my God, look at Jennifer. Jennifer's amazing. Isn't Jennifer amazing? And I'm watching it thinking this character is very obnoxious, right? I'm sick of her. Why is she? And it wasn't even the English, right? The bad English, which was inconsistent. It's like the jokes are relying on the poor English, but it's not consistent. It was just, oh, you're kind of just an obnoxious, annoying person to be around. And I don't know how anyone stands you. But everybody loves Jennifer. And I don't know, Eman Estate is a paid actor. And yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think I did a review of it on somewhere, and I tweeted a review, I should say, because we don't do the video ones anymore. But I think in general, like Mrs. C said, Jennifer is such an obnoxious character to pay attention to and to follow for such a long amount of time. I think there's one time in that film that I felt, with the exception of, I think, some bits and pieces from Files, he's the only person who, like, didn't always irritate me. Or sorry, he's the only person I got some pleasure from. I think was okay. He was okay. I had heard that he was really good in this. He's not really good in this. He's very much overacting in a lot of places. But it's fine. It's definitely the least. I guess it looks fine compared to Jennifer. But the only other person that character I could really relate to was Bisola's character. There's one point Bisola's character is talking to Jennifer, and Jennifer keeps on interrupting and being loud, and she just tells her to shut up. And that was my moment in all of the film. I was like, you feel me, you hear me. I felt at one with Bisola at that point, because the irritation she had was honestly both. I felt that for the character, and honestly, some of the people that were watching with us. And Jennifer is going to be one of those Marmite. Everybody Loves Jennifer is going to be one of those Marmite things where you're either with it or like you're not at all with it. And I remember I could tell the people when we stood up who did not enjoy that film. They were very quiet. Just put their scarf on, and they just walked out like somebody stole something from them. And honestly, I get it. Lots of time was stolen from us, and that was unfortunate. It's one of the few times I've just almost given up in the cinema out of a film. I usually do that here where, after like an hour, what's the name of this film, Marisha? is the film that comes to mind where I'm just like, okay, I'm not paying attention to this anymore. I don't think I've done that in the cinema before. And well done, Jennifer. Everybody loves Jennifer. All right. Is there anything else anybody else watched over the holiday period? Nollywood.
I just wanted to say I watched it down for Christmas over the holiday period. And I would say it had more heart in it than what's it called. I mean, yes, were there some technical issues? Sure. But as a movie, I thought it was quite charming and it had heart in it more than the big one that we had to watch. And it was, I would say people should go watch it, but then again, I don't know about favorite Nollywood Club. But give it a try. It's more charming than it is than it will annoy you. And it's just there are just some technical issues, and that's it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
What's the title?
They're down for Christmas.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
don't watch
I think that's Sebastian
don't, yeah.
Ukwa.
Uwa.
All right.
Uwa. I would say don't watch it analyzing every single thing, right? Just a cool watch of like their family dynamics, their characters, their things that they yes, is it also what's it called? I don't want to say pastiche. It is definitely kind of sort of a feel goody because in the end everybody's telling everybody they're good at things and all these things and all that stuff. But it is more wonderful Christmassy thing than what's the last movie that I watched with that was very flashy and very it was enjoyable. I mean that movie was enjoyable as like just flashiness. What was it called? The one where Lagos is the city of love.
Christmas in Lagos. It's Christmas in Lagos. I don't know how you forget that title. It's very easy to remember.
Look,
Christmas in Lagos.
my brain tends to shed things that it thinks is not important.
You're like the Christmas film that happens in Lagos. What's the name of that film? Yeah. You're almost there.
Yeah, I remember important things or something, but the name, sure, my brain is shedding it. Sorry, I'm thinking about multiple things. My bad. But yeah, Down for Christmas, I would say it's so much better than Christmas in Lagos, and it has more characters and it connects. It's like an actual written story. Sure, does it? It has like technical issues, but it's charming. It has its charms, and it's pretty cool.
Okay.
It didn't need to be
I think I
flashy to
tried
be a good
watching
movie.
that. I tried watching that, and I was not pleased by the acting in it, so I didn't go further. So but like, I don't know anything about this. I don't know much about the story because honestly, even though I like the look, I really liked the look of it. It's one of those. It belongs in that first features things where it feels different from most of the Nollywood slop we get, but I did not like the acting at all, so I wasn't able to stay with it for any considerable amount of time. But yeah. Mr. C is reminding me that we watched the Christmas on a Budget. Is that I can't remember.
Mother.
Okay.
Father.
Oh yeah. Okay. 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 This is the film with Sadiq playing a Nigerian village prince, but in a modern, give you a modern flavor twist. Yeah. Sometimes he was giving that. Sometimes he was just giving like AI. AI acting.
He was giving abusive husband without the follow through.
Yeah, just a limp abuse. But yeah, that was an interesting watch with Patrick Doyle, I believe, right? That was yeah, that's one of those. Yeah, it's very YouTube movie, to be honest. All right. Oh yeah, beautiful women inside. Yeah. True. All right.
Around
Does any
with Timini in it. It's Timini
no,
and Sandra.
no.
It's called Risking It All. It was not great. I think it's the first time in a while where I'm like, I think Timini is too big for this. Like, how did they get him even to agree to that? Anyways.
Oh wow. Okay, all right. Okay, if that's wow, what a cold this so all that time you guys had this is the slop we consumed. All right, okay.
Other stuff that wasn't Nigerian. I think that was literally the only Nigerian thing I watched in the last couple.
Okay. Do we have non-Nigerian good stuff that we watch? So like for worth recommending
Now, if
to
it,
people.
okay, I feel really. I'm going to give something. What's it called? When the phone rings. Now it's Mac Journey, which means it's soap opera, which means which means crazy. Some things will be you might be like, that's not possibly real, but okay, I'm following it because it's soap opera. It's Mac. It's really like I'm telling you, the acting and the chemistry and the like I will always love you thing. And yeah, sure. It's good. It's good. Now, when we get to episode 12, oh my gosh. I mean, it's been Mac Journey all the way through. There's been elements of it's elevated Mac Jan. Episode 12, it really shows its roots as Mac Jan. But you will enjoy it through its thriller, romance, soap opera, rich people doing weird things, killing people, secret something, all together. You will enjoy it. Episode 12 might make you go like, what the fuck is going on? But you might actually enjoy it because I enjoyed episode 12. I don't know what people are talking about. I enjoyed a woman walking in a scarf, looking like what's it called? One of Hollywood, like an Hollywood actress from the 60s in a scarf and big glasses, walking in like a war zone. Where they shoot. I cannot. I enjoyed it.
Well,
I had a blast. But with that said, 90% of this drama is good. 90% of the drama is good.
I see you like that one, but you will not like Erica in Heels doing Kung Fu. Okay. I see a double standard.
Wow.
Okay, it had to give me 90% of good first, okay?
Wow.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, from the first beginning, I knew what show I was watching. I knew what show I was watching, but it was good acting. The chemistry was something, and the guy was always going to. This guy was just made to love this woman. That was it.
Okay, thanks.
Anyways,
I come on, we all know that. Our K-dramas watchers knows that K-dramas can be ridiculous.
Sorry. I just came to say if you are watching When the Phone Rings, end at episode 9. Don't mind when you call. Only 75% of that drama was good. End at episode 9. Do not continue.
Go to 11. Actually, enjoy every single episode. Like what? Yeah. Let me tell you, they had an explosion that was so big and it apparently didn't really kill anybody. I'm like,
end at episode 9. Thank you. Don't go for that.
No. You have to enjoy this fully. You have to fully enjoy this. Do not end at episode 9. Episode 12 is hilarious. Episode 11 is where you should end. But like episode 12.
All right.
Sometimes I enjoyed Elevated Backyard. I'm not gonna lie to you. I enjoy Elevated Backyard because why am I like? I need something in my drama watching. I need it to be soap opera-ish. I need it to be, you know.
All right. Okay. All right. So other recommendations coming through. Gail has said she watched The Holdovers again. Also watched this one with Christina Milan. Can't remember the name for the life of me, but it featured pentatonics. Do I know this? I don't know that one, but Holdover is one that I'm sure a lot of people enjoy. I'm one of the few people who just kind of like that one, okay, and I don't think I care to revisit that one, but I liked it okay when I saw it. But yeah, that one tugs on some people's heartstrings. Over the holiday, we've seen a lot of films. So around my area, this is when like the good films come out. So I said like, but one of my favorite films from last year that made a late entry was Better Man, which is the Robbie Williams. It's like a music biopic, and it has a CGI monkey as your lead. It's such a weird thing. I remember watching the trailer and it was like, this is going to suck, but it absolutely did not. So if you get a chance to see Better Man, I've recommended it to a couple of people and of our friends, and they have enjoyed it. If you do have the opportunity to watch Better Man, please do watch it. It's just a lot of fun. My favorite musical since La La Land. We've seen We Live in Time, which was a very sweet film. Mrs. C cried like 6 times or whatever in the cinema because she's a baby. And we saw a Real Pain, which is it's a film about bros, and other things involved without spoiling anything. But that one was also really enjoyable watch. A Complete Unknown was the most recent one we've seen. Did not like that one. That's a music biopic that I do not care for at all. It's just that one's your stereotypical music biopic as far as I'm concerned, just paint by numbers. We saw Nosferatu, which we enjoyed. So yeah, that one.
You did not laugh at Nosferatu. You did not laugh at anything in Nosferatu. That was not a funny thing.
They were funny. What's his name? Willem Dafoe is funny. He says funny stuff from time to time. It's not haha funny.
I'm sorry. It's not haha funny. It's still a good movie, but I laughed ha funny.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Outside of those of the things that people have watched, I guess it's time to discuss our Chimamanda project that I've been hinting for a while. I've told you people what it is. It's not like people couldn't have started. So when I give you this timeline, I don't think people should not stone it. Just roll with it. So on, I think, March 9th, I think that's a Sunday, right? On March 9th, we will be doing our Chimamanda Half of a Yellow Sun, a book/film discussion. So if you can find the film, access to the film or the book, this is a good time to read it. I think Chimamanda's book is coming out like just around that week. I think that week. In order to do something along to the line of that. But I also think it'd be interesting. Those of people who were like, interesting experiment to see Jayne do a Jayne trilogy and see how somebody takes something, an idea from the page and how they transmit it on screen. We're going to have the opportunity to discuss that with Half of a Yellow Sun. It's funny because I've heard her speak about the film. I know she does not like the film. She hasn't. She's been very polite about it, but I think this was when Ibuka was asking her about whether they can do a film about one of her other books. And she recalled her Half of a Yellow Sun, Half of a Yellow Sun experience, and it didn't seem like that was something she enjoyed. So, very interested to discuss it. I've never read the book before. I had seen the film. I remember thinking not a lot about it, but it'll be very interesting to revisit. So, hopefully, I know not everybody will number one have access to do it, but if you can, please do join us. And that will be March 9th. I'll be giving you reminders from time to time. But yeah, that's what we're planning on doing. Does anybody foresee any issues, or is there any alarms they want to raise now regarding?
As the book, such an injustice. I can see why she doesn't want to sell another book.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a travesty.
Yeah, the movie, did you say?
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. I'm guessing you've both read the book and seen the film.
I have both read. So I would say that book is probably one of my favorite books by her.
Mm.
I wish I hadn't seen that movie. Like, I wish I could go back in time and skip watching that movie.
Oh, wow.
I haven't been
Okay.
able to read the book again since I watched that movie. That's how bad it is.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, so for anybody who has access to Mubi, I know the film is available on Mubi. You can get free 7-day access if you want to watch it. So we're going to do that on March the 9th. So that's that. So yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to discuss. But it's good to be back, guys. Always fun to meet up again in the Nollywood Haters Club. And we will see you guys next week when maybe another hangout or maybe a film. We'll see. I'll let you guys know on Wednesday. But thank you guys all, both you and our speakers and people in the audience. Thanks for joining us back again. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the episode. If you enjoyed listening and would like to join live, just follow us on Twitter at Iroko Critic and join us every Sunday, 6 p.m. West African time on our spaces.